Welcome guys to another little tutorial that we got going on here. Now in today's tutorial I'll be going over my separation, how I separated out the weapon manager script, and we're probably going to deal with the soldier health and things, how we damage each other, because I'm pretty sure we went over the mouse look and stuff like that. So we got to move on. Now this right now is using two cameras because it's most common in a lot of other tutorials and in some kits to use two cameras. So I'm using them just for making it really bored. Well, making it very common and nothing complex on the scene. So later on, if you wanted to change something, it would be very easy. And like I put in my intro video thing on my channel, we can use single slots. This enforces only one. We will be adding more later, but that's later on down the road. So let's look at this soldier weapon manager. Okay, the logic was actually in the soldier script, but I took it out because, well, there was no reason for it to be an extensively long script, and all I really wanted in it was the movement stuff, because it makes more sense that the movement code be in a single script like that than have this clogged up script to do other stuff. Now, to look at our code for hurting ourselves for fall damage and stuff, we are going to go into nope, we don't need this script because that's not it yet, and we don't need that one, not yet. Okay, and we don't need that one yet. Okay, manager, no, we need our soldier script. Yep, here we go. To where this actually lies is actually right here. If we're grounded, get this off my screen so it'll stop driving me nuts. If we're grounded and stuff, then it'll call this code, and it'll only do this once because our fall damage gets reset here. Okay, because this right here will be for when we're less than 100. Okay, and A long day. We don't really need this, okay, because we're not using transforms or any Unity stuff. So we're just passing a float. But in FallDamage, we do multipliers and stuff like that. Like I said, different functionality for falling. Okay, and we have to be grounded, and the locking thing has to be true. You know, if we're locked up, you know, like our cursor lock is locked, which we could probably change that, but I don't really want to, because, well, if we're cursor locked, we're probably not in a menu. And even if we have this false, you know, like we're in a menu and stuff, and we're grounded, it'll just return, most likely. It'll never execute this code block. But once we get out of the menu, it'll execute regardless. Oh, and get run is a simple function. Yeah, we didn't have get run, did we? Get run just returns the speed. Okay. If we're running, if running's true, we return run. This is where we're probably going to take our interpolated lure anyway. Speed. Actually, we'll do that. This is a float, right? So we'll do a mathf dot lurk. And I was talking about this anyway. We'll be doing speed, and we'll be going to run. It still has to be a function like that and everything else. And we'll put 1 times by time dot delta time. And the 1 is just mostly for smoothing. And I'll put a float. Speed smoothing equals 1. We don't have to put the F right there, but I kind of like to explicitly put stuff sometimes. I could do a fall multiplier, which I probably didn't spell that right. And what it does is fall damage takes a damage just like the other one, except I'm timesing it by a fall multiplier. If take damage is greater than max health, then I just destroyed my game object. Which you could do other code in there like a fall animation and other stuff, but I just wanted to keep it very right here with this, that's fully explained. The and if you guys watch my first video of Soldier, then you would know what this interface is. We got our slot, a reference to the transform for the weapons, and all this stuff. This is exactly the same code that was made in the first video, and it explains it all. There's the destruction code, and then this code right here is just a helper, okay? Because I don't want to write this code multiple times for every single one of these slot things, okay? If I want to make another slot, all I gotta do is make this, and I could basically pretty much copy all this. Because every time I want to parent a weapon, I don't want to write 3 lines of code every single time, okay? I want to just do this. So it's just a helper function. A simple little helper function that only needs to be written one time for parenting, and that's it. And I did local position and local rotation because in Unity, if you did the transform.position, it goes to world space. And 2, it also causes a rebuild of the entire transform hierarchy. Okay, they explained it on the documentation and stuff like that. If you parent something in world space, every child of that game object, it forces a rebuild. So it basically goes through every single one of those transform and resets it. If you do local stuff, it will actually only do like 1 or 2 of them. It's a lot cheaper. They explained it like highly detailed of why. And if I remember, I'll put it in the description below. But this is pretty much explained. I mean, you could call this whatever you want. We don't inherit, so I don't need to seal this. The control. And I inputs thing. Okay. And this is for run. And see how I clamp the vertical? mathf.clamp. I get the inputs, and I'm going -5, -0.5f to 1. This -0.5 is for running backwards or anything like that. It will not let me run backwards. Well, you'll go faster if you hold shift, but you won't go nearly as fast as you probably believe. If we wanted to keep them from going faster when we hold shift, then we're gonna have to go into the controller class that actually deals with the movement, and when it's -0.5, we need to make the bool value automatically go to false for running to get away from that. And these are all just simple getters, get values, and that's pretty much it. So we talked about soldier, weapon manager, the movement code adjustments, and a couple other things. I can't remember them all. But thanks for watching, guys. I think I'm going to cut the video here, and take her easy, and I hope to see you in the next tutorial. This is War over and ouch.